Flash Act to Ukraine, 3 key points to remember from the 3rd of July, 2023 military situation. The Ukrainian counter-offensive continues over most of the front line, with no significant advances. According to Anna Maliar, Deputy Minister of Defense, the Ukrainian army has retaken 37 km from Russian forces in the east and south of the country over the past week as part of its counter-offensive. In the south, the territories liberated have increased by 28.4 km, bringing the total to 158 km since the start of the counter-offensive in June. In the east, however, Kiev's gains have been limited to 9 km. Ms. Maliar emphasizes the enemy's strong resistance and the ongoing intense duel. Admiral Rob Bohr, head of NATO's military committee, stressed that Ukraine's counter-offensive against Russian forces was an extremely difficult operation, and that it was not surprising that it was not progressing rapidly. He warned against the idea that a counter-offensive would be an easy operation, pointing out that there were a considerable number of Russian forces in Ukraine, and many defensive obstacles to overcome. The situation seems to be evolving in favor of the armed forces of the Russian Federation in the Kupiansk region, where it seems to be regaining the initiative. On Sunday, Ukraine acknowledged that Russian armed forces were advancing in 4 frontline areas in the east of the country, where intense clashes are taking place. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov announced that the Russian authorities intend to establish regional drone development centers in Nizhny Novgorod, Sebastopol in Crimea, and Mariupol in the Donetsk Oblast. Military support Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has criticized some Western partners for their slowness in training Ukrainian pilots in fighter aircraft. According to a Ukrainian officer quoted by agence France Presse, the AMX-10 RC tanks supplied by France to Ukraine and currently used in Kiev's counter-offensive are not suitable for frontal attacks. The officer claims that although their weapons and observation instruments are of good quality, their light armor makes them unsuitable for attack operations, exposing crews to increased danger. On the geopolitical side, at a press conference with Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, Volodymyr Zelensky accused Russia of preparing an explosion at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. According to the Ukrainian authorities, 4 of the 6 reactors and a cooling pond have been mined by Russian forces. Russia is said to have reduced its presence at the nuclear power plant by withdrawing certain Rosatom troops and experts who were evacuated to Crimea. Russia denies these accusations and claims that Ukraine is trying to sabotage the plant in order to blame Moscow. The IAEA, the UN agency based in Vienna, has tried to place the plant under international supervision, but so far without success. A US congressional resolution provides for a NATO military response in the event of nuclear use against Ukraine. To be continued, see you tomorrow. Subtitles by the Amara.org community.